It's bad enough that short men have a tough time in the corporate world, but what about the real world? People like Joe Mangano think that the problem boils down to a fundamental lack of respect.
Tall people have rules for short people. They're not written anywhere. They're unspoken type rules. A typical rule of a taller for a shorter might be, if you're walking in the opposite direction, you'd better get out of my way, because if you don't, you're going to wind up on the ground.
I'm waving now. Ask Robert if he sees me.
In order to prove his point, Joe has designed a little experiment.
Okay, good.
What we're going to try and show with the sidewalk experiment is that more often than not, the shorter man will have to move aside for those who are taller rather than vice versa.
A tall man will help us out. He and Joe dress in similar attire. Each of them will carry a tiny hidden camera and take turns trying to walk against sidewalk traffic on Times Square. We'll count the collisions and see who has a harder time, the tall man or the short man. Only one collision. Will it be this easy for Joe?
Every short-statured individual has been bullied. Verbally, physically, and socially.
If something as simple as walking down the street is so much more difficult for the short stature, is it any wonder that some of us compensate by being assertive?
No group would tolerate the things that short-statured people have to put up with.
We're not trying to be Napoleon. We're just trying to survive. It's too bad, though, that short plus assertive doesn't equal attractive.
What would it take to get a date for Stu at just 5 feet? First, we made him an up-and-coming actor.
No.
Not.
Then we said Stu had made millions by age 25.
No.
Not for me.
Nothing worked.
How come nobody picks Stu?
He's too short.
Too short?
We asked if there was anything we could add to make Stu irresistible.
Maybe the only thing you could say is that the other four are murderers.
Right, are convicted of some crime. That would definitely.
Child molesters. Psychotic.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. And then we would say,
oh, okay.
Hello, Stu. Right.
Andrea McGinty, who runs a dating service in Chicago, knows all the tricks.
The only way I know that they're not lying is if they say I'm 5'11" and 3/4. Because then, you know what, you would lie. I would lie. I would say I'm 6 feet.
Tell me what the women's reaction is when you say you've got someone shorter.
Shorter. 2 inches? Let me think about it. 4 inches? Are you crazy? No.
We asked her to help us construct an experiment to test just how willing women are to date shorter men. And we found 3 brave volunteers. Stu is the shortest.
How tall are you?
I'm 5 foot and 5'5" with the afro.
Rob is 5'3". He prefers taller women.
I kind of enjoy it. I mean, I think there are some serious advantages to being having a woman who's a little bit taller.
David is getting married this fall.
She is 5 feet tall.
And you are?
I am 5'6".
Oh, well.
Yeah, giant, right.
We recruited other men about the same age as David, Stu, and Rob, but taller. We asked them all to dress in jeans and a sweater, and then we did something cruel. We put them in lineups 5 at a time behind a 2-way mirror. The men couldn't see or hear what was going on in the next room. That's where we invited groups of women to look at the men and choose a date. In this case, we wanted to see if anyone would pick 5'3" Rob. When Andrea told us women like doctors, we gave him an MD. Their choice?
Andrew.
I would say Matt, I think.
No, Rob. We piled on some more assets. We said besides being a doctor, he was also a best-selling author and champion skier who just built his own ski house.
Does that affect your choices?
He's still short.
Then we gave Rob a promotion. We made him chief of staff at a prestigious hospital.
Who would you pick, Kim?
Angie's probably the closest to who I'd pick. I'd pick Matt. Jeffrey, the pilot.
What would it take? Now we said Rob was also a gourmet cook who loves children.
Oh, definitely. I would take him in a minute then. Height, no problem.
I wouldn't, because I would think I don't want short little kids. I was thinking like...
Well, at least someone liked Rob. But if it was this harsh for him at 5'3", what would it take to get a date for Stu at just 5 feet? First, we made him an up-and-coming actor.
No. Not.
Then we said Stu had made millions by age 25.
No?
Not for me.
Nothing worked.
How come nobody picks Stu?
He's too short.
Too short?
We asked if there was anything we could add to make Stu irresistible.
Maybe the only thing you could say is that the other 4 are murderers.
Right, or convicted of some crime. That would definitely...
Child molesters, psychotic.
Right,
exactly. And then we would say,
oh, okay.
Hello, Stu. I mean, and nothing bad towards him. He's got a nice smile. He's cute.
But no takers. So we replaced Stu with David to see if 5'6" made a difference. We brought in one last group of women. When they all picked this fellow, we told them he'd been unemployed for 2 years, but that our David was a chief surgeon.
I guess it would be David. For me.
Two took David right away. But Tara chose Jim, whom we'd made a high school gym teacher.
Would it change anything if I told you that David, besides being a chief surgeon, had just published a book that he was a gourmet cook, loved kids, and extremely wealthy?
Yeah, I'd switch to David real quick. I mean, let's be realistic. I'm going to bag the gym teacher now.
So what's going on here? You had to make those short guys almost like God to make them desirable, right?
We finally made him God, and that's when they chose.
And this surprises you?
It obviously doesn't surprise you.
No.
Yale psychologist Les Martell is 5'5".
It goes back to caveman times. We simply judge people, particularly men, based on their height, size, on their physical presence.
Why is that? We asked several of the women to come back and tell us.
I feel short men make great best friends because they're very enthusiastic, caring, because they have to make up for their height.
But you have no interest in going out with someone shorter than you?
No. I'm just attracted to taller men. I'm only 5'5" myself. But I just like taller men.
Listen, brother, before I start this video, I have to tell you, it's 11 p.m. in the evening. I just came back from work. There's no excuses for you lot. There's no excuses. Every day is a new day. Anyways, listen. I done this video last time, but however, YouTube took it down because of copyright reasons. So I emailed the original person that owns those clips, because those clips are very long, so I have to cut it down to make it fair use. Those clips are more than 30 minutes long, so I have to cut it down to make it fair use. So thank you to the owner of the original video. Thank you. Anyways, let's get started. Listen, brother, 2025 dating is different. Obviously, I wasn't alive back in the 70s, back in the 60s, back in the 80s. I wasn't alive. However, when I speak to people that are older than me, they always tell me that it was better. It was more, less judgmental, less shallow, less listen, if I was alive in the 70s, I wouldn't be making YouTube. Hell no. There's no point. Because it wasn't that shallow. It wasn't shallow like now. Now it's very shallow. With social media, with high expectation, everything is shallow now. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, obviously, if you're short, don't take it like a personal. Don't take it personal, this video. Don't take this video personal. Don't take it personal. Don't be like, oh, Ivan, so it's over, I should give up. I didn't say that. Before we continue, I didn't say that. I'm just saying dating right now is very shallow. So if if you get rejected, just know it's not because of you. It might not be because of your game. It might not be because of your aura. It might not be because of the way you look. It might be because of your height. A lot of men don't think about this. Most of the time, yeah, most of you get rejected because of your height. A lot of females in this generation, they want a 7 foot, 6'5", 8, 9, 10 man. Some, not all of them, some of them. So if you come across a woman and she rejects you, maybe it's not because of your mouthpiece, your game. You know how dating coaches always tell you, they always find a reason to bring game and mouthpiece in every single situation. Brother, you're 5'5", yeah, okay, it's because you didn't give her, it wasn't enough game, brother. It wasn't enough mouthpiece. Let me teach you how to speak to a baddie, even though she don't want you because of your height. No, I can teach you, brother. Mouthpiece, game. Listen, no amount of mouthpiece will save you if a woman don't want to be with you if she think you are tiny compared to her. If she only go for 6'5" men, obviously sometimes if you got a nice mouthpiece and you got that look that she likes, she might, I can have him. However, 90% of the time they'll be like, nah, because right now the options are open. Listen, dating right now, yeah, for women, it's easy. Let me say it again, it's easy. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's easy. And they know, that's why they can do whatever they want. Some of them don't even have to go to the gym, because a lot of you men are weak. A lot of you men will take anything. A lot of you men have no standard. That's the reason why I don't have no friends, because I don't want my friend and I'm speaking to him and he's like, oh, my girl is doing this to me. Oh, what should I do? I don't want to listen. I don't want to hear that shit. That's why I don't have no friends, but I keep myself to myself, do my business my own. I go to work and make money. That's it. I don't have no time for you niggas. Fuck with that. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of you guys want no standard. That's the reason why dating is hard now, because a lot of you men just go for anything. If the bitch got a vagina, you'll go for it. You don't give a fuck. You don't care, right? Listen, look after yourself, man. Trust me, there's always a way that you can tackle this. But I ain't gonna lie to you, dating going forward, I personally think I don't know, but in the future it's gonna get worse and worse. That's why, yeah, I'm double thinking about having kids, especially a boy. Because let me not lie to you, I'm not being misogynist. I'm being honest. I know if I have a child that is a girl, life gonna be easy. Not like when it comes to dating, life gonna be easy. Yeah. But if I have a man, the way dating is going, I can teach him all the. You have to look good, bro, son. You have to look good, son. You have to improve your looks, son. You have to do this, son. It's still gonna be. I know. Trust me, man. Anyway, listen. Thank you for watching, and God bless.